and face to face with the younger me. All of the mistakes, all of the heartbreak, here's what I do differently. I'd live like I'm not scared, give when it's not fair, live life for another, take time for a brother, fight for the weak ones, speak out for freedom, find faith in the battle, stand tall but above it all, fix my eyes on you, on you. I learn the lines and talk the talk. Everybody knows it, everybody knows it. But the road less traveled is hard to walk. Everybody knows it, everybody knows. It takes a soldier who knows his orders to walk the walk I'm supposed to walk. And live like I'm not scared, give when it's not fair, live life for another, take time for a brother, fight for the weak ones, speak out for freedom, find faith in the battle, stand tall but above it all, fix my eyes on you, on you. The things of earth are dim in the light of your glory and grace. I'll set the sights upon heaven, I'm fixing my eyes on you. Oh yeah, I'm fixing my eyes on you. Oh yeah, I'm fixing my eyes. Love like I'm not scared, give when it's not fair, live life for another, take time for a brother, fight for the weak ones, speak out for freedom, find faith in the battle, stand tall but above it all, fix my eyes on you, on you. I fix my eyes on you, on you. I fix my eyes on you, on you. Lately I've been reeling, watching the nightly news. Don't seem to find the rhythm, just wanna sing the blues. Feels like a song that never stops, feels like it's never gonna. Gotta get that fire back in my bones before my heart turns into stone. So when somebody please pass the megaphone, I'll shout it on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Oh, hear my prayer tonight, I'm singing to the sky. Give me strength to raise my voice, let me testify. Oh, hear my prayer tonight, 'cause this is do or die. The time has come to make a choice, and I choose. Let it move you, let it move, let it move you. Yeah, I choose. Let it move joy, 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 joy down in my heart to stay.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another live stream with Libertarian Dave. Good to have you. Let me get this thing set up because I am not a YouTube pro. I just play one on TV. So, another live stream. Some stuff to talk about, as you can see from the thumbnail and from the description. I'm going to talk about conspiracy theories because I get kind of tired of hearing about them. And then my wife, my lovely and beautiful Ma too, sent me a 20-30 minute video about some guy just doing a whole timeline thing. I don't know if he was trying to suggest that there was a conspiracy or not, or if he was just stating facts. So, like I said, every conspiracy theory has just the right amount of facts to make it partially believable. So, which, is what it is. But, so the thing about conspiracy theories, okay, so the key word in conspiracy being conspire. So when you're talking about a conspiracy, that means that there is a group of people that are conspiring against the rest of us or against humanity in general, or I don't know, or conspiring, but it's a group of people that are conspiring. So that's a key concept of conspiracy theories. So, do I believe in conspiracy theories? Not really. For one, like the whole Satan worshiping Illuminati thing, and it's like you've had all this time and you still haven't succeeded. People have died, and I'm not going to try to debunk every conspiracy theory out there. I just know that there's only one person that's conspiring. There's only one thing that conspires, and that's God. God is conspiring for all of us. So, except he's conspiring for all of our benefit. So, all we really have to do is seek his face, and, we'll be okay. So, that's the only conspiracy that I'm worried about. So then there's the agendas. Well, politicians have agendas regardless. I just fear that most of our current reigning politicians, especially the career politicians that have been in there for like 10 years or more, they're just conspiring to keep their jobs, I guess, or their agenda is just to keep their jobs. So, and then a lot of times when they get in front of the mic, they just seem like they are utterly clueless. So I don't know. I just can't get behind them, because there's just enough facts to make it where you might want to believe it. But then there's just enough made up stuff to where you're like, it's completely ridiculous. And as far as the COVID-19 thing goes, I know y'all might not want to hear this, but I don't think it's a conspiracy. I don't think it's anybody's agenda. As a matter of fact, I don't think it's anybody's fault except for ours, yours and mine. By allowing our government to rein in this much power, to get this big and powerful to where it thinks that it's responsible for taking care of us. Our government was never meant to get that big to where it thinks that it's responsible for us. And it's our fault for letting it get there. It is. It's every one of us' fault that our government has got so big that it thinks it has to be mommy and daddy and nursemaid to us. That's the problem. I don't think coronavirus is any more threatening than, it might be, but even if it is a little bit more threatening than flu, a little bit more deadly, the majority of the population, as it stands right now, they're saying it's going to be like 98% of us is going to survive. I hate to break it to you people, but there's only one way you're leaving this earth, unless you're an astronaut. And that's dying. So every single one of us is going to die. Let's not pretend like it's this horrible experience or this horrible, horrible thing. Now, I know everybody's going to throw it in my face and say, well, you wouldn't be saying that if it was one of your family members that died of COVID. Yes, I would. I mean, I don't mourn like the world, as the Bible says. Us Christians, we don't mourn like the rest of the world. So it's different for us. I would mourn for me and my fellow family members and friends that are still left behind, but I'm not mourning for that person who reached the ultimate goal in life, which is to finish. Hopefully they accomplished everything that they wished to accomplish while they were here. And that's the reason why you should take every day and make it special. Every day you should be striving to learn more, to meet new people, to expand your life, expand your mind, expand your spiritual experiences. Because you never know when the finish line is going to come. So, but the fact that 98% of us are only going to get sick from this, and most of us probably won't even get sick enough to go to the hospital. And I don't think the majority of people that have gotten sick with this thing would have even went to the hospital if they wouldn't been so panicked and just completely scared to death because of the media. They got a sniffle or they got a fever of a 101 and they're like, to the hospital. Do you go to the hospital if you get a fever of 101? No, not usually. But during the pandemic, it's a different story. So. I honestly think that it's our fault. Let me see what my notes say here. See, and the thing is, and I know what the attraction is for conspiracy theories or agendas and stuff like that, it's that we can point the finger at somebody else and say, yes, it's a conspiracy theory, it's Bill Gates' fault, it's Biden's fault, it's Trump's fault, it's China's fault, no, man. Everything that's going on now is our fault. Let's face it, this thing is blown out of proportion because of the media, because we've accepted the media. We've allowed them to feed on our emotions by sharing their nonsense. Their dramatization of all the news. We share it around social media everywhere, and that just makes them think, oh, this is what the public wants. Until we start changing the way that we reply to the media, telling them, no more drama stuff. Just give me the facts. Can you imagine if CNN just gave you the facts? Have they ever done that? So, that's one thing I wanted to touch on. And if it wasn't, and if it's not the fact that we keep electing this duopoly, this Democrats or Republicans, who are the same. I'm going to put up I don't have it ready, so if this stream goes very long, I might put it up later. But I got this nice graphic that I wanted to put up. Let me see if I can find it. But they're essentially the same. And I got a nice graphic that explains that. But it's the fact that we're either continuously electing Democrats or Republicans that are essentially the same. They just keep growing government, endlessly. Oh, come on, tell me I saved down here. Or we're just completely complacent. My vote isn't going to count anyway, so I'm just going to stay home on election day. And that's like 60 or 70 or it's an outrageous amount of Americans that are eligible to vote who just stay home and don't do it. Especially during primary elections, which primary elections, but even during the midterm elections and local elections and stuff. It's wild. So I know I saved it somewhere. I probably saved it here. It's not conspiracy, man. It's our fault. Complacency in the electoral system, our democratic system, or again, it's complacency. If you haven't researched your Democratic and Republican representatives and seen what their voting record is, and I mean, if they've been in there for 40 years, man, it's time for somebody new, man. Yes, I'm speaking of Dianne Feinstein. Geez, it's like 50 years now. I mean, how long is it too long to be a senator, people? Just because you recognize the name don't mean you should vote for them. She's completely lost touch with her constituency. I don't know. I thought for sure I saved this thing, but I guess I did not. Unless I saved it on that computer. But I guess I'll put that thing up later. Unless I can find it. But it's it is what it is, man. It's conspiracies are nonsense. And that's the other thing is the conspiracy theorists, the ones who come up with these theories, right? They're really smart people and they're really outspoken. They're really good speakers. You know what I mean? So they could actually be leaders in the community driving towards a solution rather than just throwing this big smoke and mirrors problem out there for everybody to look at that doesn't really solve anything. If they would actually take a leadership role, then they could do a lot of good. So, and I think as the complacency gets, I think people are becoming more and more complacent as time goes by. And I think with that complacency, it becomes even more important to think of a libertarian perspective for it. Libertarians don't really deal in conspiracy theories, otherwise we would never even try. Like, hey, the deck's stacked against us, it's all a conspiracy, I'm not even going to go. That's not how libertarians are. We're going to fight to the end for freedom, for your freedom, for everybody's freedom. So, but I think as the complacency grows, as people get more and more into their social media and gaming on their phone, and this is what you see all over, right? You don't see anybody's faces, all you see is phones. As people become more and more distracted by mainstream media, by social media, by television and movies and advertising and this and that and this, and they get more detached from the stuff that's really important, like spirituality, like the political system, the stuff that's really taking control of our lives. I mean, if you don't see how politics can control your life right now, then you really need a wake-up call. So, and I think as people get more and more complacent, I think liberty has even more of a part, because with liberty comes consequences. You're responsible for your actions, not government. So, because as you release the government, that's why I always say with liberty comes responsibility. So as you get government out of the way and more individual liberty, you're more responsible for what you do. So if you're going to sit in front of the phone on social media or whatever else, chances are you're going to lose out somewhere, and somebody's going to pass you up, whether it's politically, economically, or on your job or anything else. I mean, that's just how a libertarian society works. It's competitive, it's capitalist, it's free market, so it's just something to consider. And those consequences become really important, because with those consequences will force people to actually start becoming wise to the political system and to the economic systems. I hope all this makes sense. Sort of, maybe, kind of. So if anybody's got any questions, post them in chat. Let's see, did I have anything else I wanted to go over? So the numbers are really confusing now. So they're up, they're down, they're left, they're right, especially in El Paso. I think we had a good day yesterday, maybe nobody wanted to go to the hospital on Sunday. Then Monday we had another spike. So I don't know. Seems kind of strange. I did have some other stuff I wanted to go over, but I don't know what I did with it. So, oh, I know where it is. Give me a second here. Oh, let me just read this to you. This is it's pretty good because it's not somebody that I take seriously often, but I was reading this thing and I was like, wow, this is really good what this person is saying about the virus and everything. And then I got to the end and I saw who, I don't know, I can't say for sure he said it, but the name at the bottom surprised me. So I'll read it to you and see if the name at the bottom surprises you too. Let's see. So here it is. Why do I have to stay home just because you are scared? How about you stay home? You stay in your house indefinitely. You wear a mask. You socially distance yourself from me. You avoid restaurants. You avoid baseball games. You stay off the roads. You avoid malls and beaches and parks. You believe the made-up death numbers. You believe the media hype. You get your toxic vaccine while avoiding vitamin C, sunshine, and all the things that God gave us to actually heal. I'm done playing your dumb game. We are not all in this together. I'm not wearing your dumb tinfoil hat anymore. I'm no longer going to be a prisoner of your fear. I'm no longer staying in my house or catering to you because you are scared. I'm not wearing a mask and I'm not staying 6 feet away from you anymore because I'm not afraid of you. You are not my enemy, and if I get sick, it's not because of you, it's because of me and my system, which not only have I been addressing for quite some time, but I also know how to treat if I get sick. This virus, or whatever it is already circulating. Millions of people have already encountered it, as it's been circulating around the world probably since last September. You will have to confront this thing if you haven't already. There's no way around it. You will have to confront this thing. Unless you lock yourself up in your house and it somehow doesn't manage to hop on some mail or some groceries that you ordered online. Your fear is not an excuse to destroy America. Your fear is not my fear, and your fear does not have the right to interfere with my life, my job, my income, or my future as a free American citizen. So if you're scared, you can just put your tinfoil hat on, or even rat foil all around your whole body, or around your whole house if you wish. But please keep your fear contained to your little corner of the world and don't contaminate me or my family or my country. Ted Nugent wrote that. So I was like, wow, way to go, Ted. Yeah, I think somebody might have deleted all the cuss words out of that. It wasn't me, but I think, unless Ted's found Jesus. Did Ted find Jesus? I might have to look that up. But yeah, I thought that was pretty good at Ted. And here is the thing I wanted to share. I'm going to post it up. And nope, let's just put it on the desktop. So yeah, Ted Nugent wrote that. It's just, there's something else I want to play for you guys. You're going to like this. You're going to get a kick out of it because it's me 1 month ago. Let me play this. Let me play the me 1 month ago. This is pretty good. Did I actually send it to myself so I don't have to download? No, I did not. So this is a quick 3-minute video, but it's me 1 month ago, and I just rewatched it, and it kind of surprised me that the wisdom in it, I guess, and how much has changed. Where is it? Oh, here it is. So if people are... Give me 1 second, guys. Working on. I know I should have had this ready, but it's been an interesting day. So, and you know, if I seem kind of off today, I'll explain that to you probably Friday or Saturday stream. You know, it's just the thing that I do, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you, but I can't share it with you right now. But I'm looking forward to sharing it with you on Friday or Saturday. So probably Saturday morning stream I'll share it with you, and trust me, it'll be a learning experience for sure. And it's off topic from libertarianism, sort of, but you know, I can go off topic sometimes because it's, you know, me. Oh no, it's gonna play. Hold on, don't play yet. I gotta put me up. I am on my own show. Look at that. I think I'm gonna have to turn me up a little bit though. Oh no, where's full screen? There it is, full screen. Okay, so remember, this is me 1 month ago. So if people are wondering what the libertarian reaction to this coronavirus pandemic would be, it would be pretty much opposite of what the government is doing right now. The government's taking control of things like the test kits, and they drug out the test kits. So if private industry had handled the test kits, then they would have been out to the public a lot faster and a lot more readily available. I mean, most of the private industry has said that. The FDA is what held the test kits up. So the FDA being a government agency. And all of these restrictions on our rights and how they're hurting businesses, it's horrible to see how much power the government is grabbing because of this virus. The libertarian way would have been a lot simpler. I mean, we're not going to restrict people's liberties. I mean, what gives us the right to tell people whether they can or cannot go to a bar or purchase alcohol? Or what gives the government the right to tell people to restrict prices? You know, price gouging would have protected the poor. This was before the complete shutdown of all these businesses and stuff. So I was actually kind of seeing that coming already. So the fact that the prices were kept so low is the reason why all of the toilet paper left the shelves. It created scarcity by fear of fines by price gouging. So with price gouging, if the toilet paper cost $1.50, then as the supply went down and demand went up, they would raise the prices on the toilet paper. So it would discourage people from hoarding it. They'd be like, you know, $5 for a roll, I'll just wait for it to go back to $1.50. And meanwhile, somebody that was poor can come in and be like, hey, that's expensive for toilet paper. I'll call my cousin so he can loan me $1, at least I'll get decent toilet paper. You know, so that's why price gouging is that. Most of the time when government gets involved, it usually causes more harm than it does good. That's what we're trying, as libertarians, that's what we try to explain to people. The libertarian solution would have been virtually almost to do nothing, to actually recommend most of the businesses and stuff instituted safeguards themselves. And the libertarian, all we would have done was to emphasize to people that if you are elderly or immune compromised, that you should quarantine yourself until this crisis goes away. And if you're a caregiver of one of those people, then you should take extra precautions, like maybe doing your shopping and stuff late at night if you're going to deliver those goods to the people that are elderly or immune compromised, those people that are at more risk of contracting the disease. So it would just be a public service instead of this restriction on people's liberties, this economic, I wonder how many people are going to die because of this economic catastrophe that we have going on now. Businesses can't survive this, especially small businesses that are barely making do themselves. This is going to be devastating to them and their families. So, and it's all because of government regulation and government restriction. Our Constitution was written the way it was for a reason. And there's no fine print or clause in the Constitution that says, in case of emergency, break glass and wipe your butt with the Constitution. No pun intended for those that are running out of toilet paper. Vote gold. Vote gold. So there you go. You know, if anything, that just shows you that old Libertarian Dave here, I've been tweeting the same song or singing the same song. From the very beginning, it seems like I'm getting more people singing the song with me now. But, sometimes it's not all that, doesn't feel all that good to be right, unfortunately. Yeah, it is what it is. Here we are now. And just create, we're opening up, but we're opening up like this, like we're going to peek through the door. Okay, there's no virus. Open up a little bit more. Still no virus. It's like, come on, people, man. It's over already. It was over in January. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to get on that again. But back to my point about, I'm going to use this one a lot too, about Democrats and Republicans being the same. Here's a little image that a friend shared with me. Let me blow this thing up nice and large for you guys to see. Hopefully it doesn't block out my head. Not that it would matter, but so I hope you can see that good on the screen. You might have to, do this. I'll leave it up there for you. But so this is the example of I wish I could maybe I'll put that in my thumbnail or something. It's hard because I don't have that community thing, because I would love to be able to post it in the community, but hey, if I can get 1,000 subscribers, I get the community and I can actually share things like this little thing here so you can share it with your friends. On this complacency thing though, this is kind of what I wanted to hit on big today. It's hard as libertarians. It's hard to articulate our values and stuff because it sounds like we don't care. Because we don't want government to do it means we don't care. And it's exactly the opposite. We know that the government can't do it, so we care so much about the poor and the needy and stuff that we would rather be able to do it ourselves. But I mean, that's my whole purpose, is to try to give you, the audience, tools that you can use, that you can take to your friends and to public and share with people that they can understand. So, through love, always through love. Like Martin Luther King, that was his big thing, is that you're never going to turn an enemy into a friend without love. You have to love your enemy. That's why Jesus said to love your enemies. Because you love your enemies, that's the only way you can make them not your enemy anymore. So you find those people with those differing political values or political views, and then you seek understanding from them, from their point of view, and then you build rapport with them, and then you can share some of these libertarian values that I'm trying to teach you through this program. And hopefully we can bring more people to this cause. And it multiplies. But if you just hear what I say and you don't go out there and share it, or you don't just go share my YouTube channel with people so that they can come learn it from me, then, because I'm going to repeat a lot of stuff over and over again just because I think it's so important. I'm working on a video right now that's going to be a What is a Libertarian video. And it's going to be my featured video probably for the rest of the time I have this channel. So I'm trying to do this one right. I want to do it really good. I want it to be quick, 10-15 minutes, to the point, real super valuable libertarian points. So you guys can get this video anytime you want. And be like, a friend of mine asked me about education or healthcare or immigration, and I want what did Libertarian Dave say about that? And you'll have access to that, quick and easy. So you can share it, so we can try to build this libertarian movement, get more people on our side and spread it, because let's face it, man, the government as it stands right now is failing us. We need something new. We need to turn the time back to smaller government. Our society is ready for it. 50, 60 years ago, probably not. We had a country full of racists. 100 years ago, definitely not. 200 years ago, no way. We still had people who believed in slavery. But our society has evolved so much now, I think we're ready for that small government. You know, I think we are a prime society for libertarianism. If we could just get out from in front of mainstream media and quit listening to all the psycho babble that CNN and NBC and Fox and all of them talk about. Start thinking for ourselves. Start finding the facts and see that you can trust your neighbor. You know, and that's what it's all about, is trusting your neighbor. So I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to make it a short stream today, unless anybody's got any questions they want to pose to me. I'm going to make it a short one. Got to go hang out with the family and finish homeschooling and that stuff and get ready for our bike ride. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. If you did, please subscribe. Please like, hit notifications, comment. If there's something that you want me to cover in a later stream, comment. Let me know what it is. I got you, Chase. I'm going to go over your numbers and stuff, the index and all that, probably Friday or Saturday. And I love you all. God bless you all. And if you haven't yet, seek some spiritual guidance. Spend 5 or 10 minutes in the morning, you know, before you encounter anybody, and just spend that time in quiet meditation and see how much that meditation improves your life. So thank you so much for watching. Peace. I love you all.